For the most part, it's best to have tag team champions who are logical partners. Every so often though, WWE will pit two guys who have no business together as a tag team and see what happens. So the next time WWE puts together two mid-carders and you think, well, that's a weird pairing, remember that they have nothing on these 10 teams. 10 weirdest tag team champions in WWE history. The two-man power trip. Unlike most of the teams on this list, this weird pairing wasn't played off for comedy, but as a serious threat. It isn't inconceivable that these heels would team up, but what made it weird was what happened just before. You see, just 2 months prior, Austin and the Game were embroiled in one of the most intense and personal feuds in WWE history, as it was unveiled that Triple H essentially put a mob hit out on the Rattlesnake. A few weeks later though, when these two win tag team gold, William Regal and Eugene. Picture this, the dignified, dastardly classy William Regal was once paired with the mentally challenged Eugene. Saddling Regal with babysitting duties, Bischoff hoped that Regal would follow orders in making Eugene lose often enough so that he would leave WWE. Just the opposite ended up happening though, as Regal took a liking to Master Eugene and wound up winning the World Tag Team titles together. The dynamic duo would hold the titles for a couple of months before an injury to Eugene stripped them of the belts. Heath, Slater, and Rhyno. Say this out loud and try to make it sound believable. Longtime comedy jobber Heath Slater and 41-year-old Rhyno became WWE Tag Team Champions. What? Desperate to find a tag team partner, Slater looked up and down the SmackDown roster for someone to team up with. After seemingly giving up all hope, Rhyno would accept Slater's invitation and tag with him. More than teaming together, the pair won the tag titles at Backlash 2016, a bizarre and memorable pairing in the modern era. Rico and Rikishi. Amazingly enough, Billy Gunn and Chuck Palumbo weren't the weirdest pairing in the ring during this match. That honor would instead go to their opponents, the gay stylist Rico and the Samoan butt of doom, Rikishi. The pairing was made by Vince McMahon himself, probably because it made him chuckle with joy. The title win went over like a fart in church, and we're just disappointed we got no vignettes of Rico trying to give Rikishi a makeover. Owen Hart and Yokozuna. So where does Owen Hart go after feuding with his brother Bret throughout 1994? Well, how does teaming with the 600-pound Yokozuna sound? Hart would introduce Yokozuna as his partner at WrestleMania 11 to battle the Smoking Guns, winning the belts in dominant fashion. Hart and Yoko would rule over the tag team division for months, with Owen cutting a fast pace and aerial attacks while Yoko brought the power. Who knows, maybe they gossiped about Owen's lousy brother Bret all day? Kane and X-Pac, one of the oddest pairings in WWE history, but one which led to massive character growth for both men. Prior to their team-up, X-Pac was a hyperactive face with no depth, while Kane was the silent, pyromaniacal heel. By the end of this team-up though, Kane would have spoken and even landed himself a girlfriend, while X-Pac gained newfound respect with the fan base. They won tag gold twice, and while the pairing ended horribly for Kane, it was great while it lasted. Booker T and Goldust. Alright, so let's take two mid-carders, one black guy and the other a sexually ambiguous film fanatic, and pair them together. Wait, this sounds familiar. Anyways, Goldust wanted to be tag partners with Booker T in 2002, but the 5-time WCW champ was having none of it. Goldust's persistence chipped away at Booker though, and eventually they tagged together, winning the championship. While bizarre in the ring, it was their hilarious backstage segments that keep this team memorable to this day. The Rock and Sock Connection. Perhaps the most popular team on this list, the pairing of Mankind and The Rock remains a fan favorite to this day. Bitter rivals a few months prior, Mankind turned a new leaf and wanted to be Rocky's friend, but The Rock was too cool for the masked freak. Mankind's persistence though paid off as The Rock acquiesced to Mankind's pleas, teaming together to win tag gold. The awkward Mankind contrasting with the charming Rock made for a brilliant pairing, resulting in several classic moments. And Rocky hasn't done a movie with McFoley yet because... Stone Cold and Dude Love. Steve-O, why are you so angry all the time? You need a little bit of love, man, and who better to show you that than Dude Love? After winning the tag titles with Shawn Michaels in May 1997, the belts would be vacated due to Michaels being suspended. Austin planned on winning the titles back by himself though. That was until Dude Love forced himself into the championship match. Love and Austin would only hold the titles until Austin's neck injury, but it was tremendous while it lasted. Daniel Bryan and Kane. Admit it, you all thought this was going to stink out the joint when you first heard of this. What it did, however, was anything but that. Forced into attending anger management classes by AJ Lee, these segments were intentionally hilarious, a rare occurrence in WWE. Everything from their trust exercises to their Hug It Out match was gold. And speaking of gold, Team Hell No won the tag titles at Night of Champions 2012 and held them for 245 days. And that's it for our list. Which odd couple in WWE history was your favorite? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Sportster for more awesome content. See ya!